What's going on? Carlo here. Hope you're doing well. And as I've done the last couple times, I need to adjust my camera, which I should probably do before I start hitting play on the, or hitting record on the videos. But anyway, listen, in this video, I want to talk to you about 5 do's and don'ts when it comes to your credit report, credit score, all of that good stuff. I would say these are the questions that I get asked more often than not. But before I get to it, I am on a mission to help 100 families this year buy a home, and I hope that you are one of them. I would love to work with you. So, all right, let's get into it. 5 credit do's and don'ts if you would like to buy a home. Now, listen, I'm going to be very clear about something, and you can probably relate to this. If you have a particular topic, you've got friends, you've got family, and you bring up a topic, more often than not, there's a good chance that you're going to have multiple people that are going to say, don't do that, do this, and they're just not going to agree. Well, guess what? Credit is very similar, which means that you could talk to several different people and they might say, hey, you absolutely don't want to do that. But here's the one thing I do encourage you to think about, is that it's very difficult to argue with results. So the question is, when you're talking to someone, ask them, hey, listen, well, have you done it? Number one, have you gotten the result yourself? And here's the reason why I bring it up to you, is because everything that I'm sharing with you, I've done. I do every single day. I basically help my clients. I give them this information to try to help them. So these do's and don'ts are ones that I'm actually use and do. Okay, so 5 credit do's and don'ts if you want to buy a home. The reason why I'm looking down is because I have my handy dandy pad here, which is, this is it. I could probably all high tech and grab my iPad, but I'm using a yellow Lugo pad. Okay, so number 1, the first thing I would suggest that you do, credit do's and don'ts. This is a do. Do pay down your credit card debt to 25% of the limits. Now you might say, well, wait a minute. I heard that you only have to do 30%. Yeah, you can, but 25% is better. So if you can pay down your credit card debt, revolving credit card debt, which means it's not an installment loan with a set amount that you pay for a period of time. That's the difference between an installment loan and revolving debt, credit card debt. Pay it down to 25% of the balance. And here's what I would suggest. Pay down the lowest one that you can first, and then take it from there. Like, so for example, like if you have a credit card that has a $500 balance, you have a $500 balance, you have a limit, you have a $400 balance, pay that one down first if you have a $3,000 card that's maxed out. So you can do that first, all right? So number 1, pay down your credit card debt to 25% of the limits. Now that right there is going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. Because if you do that, I've seen credit scores literally jump 100 points in 2 weeks. So that's the very, very first thing, is credit utilization. Take a look at that. All right. Number 2, here's a don't. Don't close accounts after you've paid them down. That's a big misconception, because people think, well, wait a minute, if I have all this open available credit, isn't that going to hurt me if I pay it off? No, you don't want to do that, because if you have a good account that you've had a good credit history with and you pay it to a 0 balance and you leave it open, the utilization is going to show 0. It's not going to hurt you. So you do not want to close accounts after you have paid them off. Now, I know you might be thinking to yourself, well, wait a minute, but I heard that, you don't want to leave that open because you might use it. Listen, discipline is very different. We're not talking about that. That's out of the scope of this video. So I'm talking about as far as just pure, what's going to help you with your credit the most. Okay. So number 2, don't close accounts. Number 3, here we go. Number 3, this is a big one. Please write this down. Listen to this one. This is the one I get the question about more than anything. If you have a collection that is on your credit report, do not get into a repayment plan with that company. They're going to call you. They're going to try to get whatever money they can. Hey, we'll take $10 a week, $5 a week, $20 a month, whatever it is. You're better off just leaving it. Don't get into a repayment plan. Now, what you should do is call them and just say, hey, listen, how much are you willing to accept to basically just settle this matter? What are you willing to accept? That you should do. But if the amount that they give you is more than you can afford to pay, don't get back into a payment plan and open that collection back up. You should just leave it. All right. And then the other thing too is when you are speaking to the collection agencies, ask them for a payment for deletion. A payment for deletion. Okay, great. If I send you this money right now, can you put something in writing that states that you're going to delete this from my credit report? It's about a 50-50. Some will do it, some won't. All right? You're going to have a much, much better chance of getting that if you're dealing with a collection that's from a third party, meaning they bought the debt from the original creditor. All right? But the point is, don't get back into any type of repayment plan and open that wound up again. You don't want to do that. All right? Okay. So number 4, do. This is a do. I'm trying to give you do's and don'ts. Number 4, do. Do dispute accounts that aren't yours. Like if you have something that you don't think is yours, dispute it. Because then the Bureau has 30 days. The bureaus have 30 days to come back and say, look, no, this is legit, or no, it's not legit. So if you think that it is not legit, dispute it. That's something that you absolutely should do. It's well worth your time. And here's another thing too. I'm going to say something. I'm going to go on a record, and I'm going to get some emails and some text messages and stuff like that. I'm not trying to bash credit repair or anything like that. And just full disclosure, I do not do credit repair. I offer coaching, free coaching, because as a lender, I can't offer credit repair anyway. But I offer and I work with my clients to help them, because my goal, like I said at the beginning of the video, is to help 100 families buy homes. And that is why I do a lot with credit, because I give them some ideas on what they can do, and most of it work, because my incentive is to try to help you get qualified to buy a house. My incentive is not to drag out monthly fees for as long as possible and try to dispute one thing at a time with one bureau at a time. And that is why, for the most part, I'm not saying that there aren't good credit people out there. And if you've used one of them, hey, comment below. Let me know who they are. That's great. But I would say that for the most part, when I talk to my clients that do any type of credit repair or any of that, I'm like, how long have you been in that program? And they're like, oh, like 2 years. Great. What are you paying a month? Oh, $100. What have they done for you? And there's a lot of this, which is head scratching. So that's just my 2 cents on it, right? So obviously, I want to try to help you get your credit as high as possible, as quickly as possible, because if your goal and your dream is to buy a house, that's what I want to help you do. Okay. Lastly, number 5. I think I'm on number 5. Number 5 is regarding late payments. There's a lot of people that hear, oh, you can dispute late payments. That's a really, really difficult sell. If it's a 100% legitimate late payment, like you can actually really document it, that it cleared your account, you have the check, you have your bank statement, and the lending institution really, honestly, truly made a mistake. But I will tell you that for the most part, and I've been doing this a long time, the majority of the time, if there's a late payment, it was a legit late payment. So don't really waste your time trying to dispute late payments. Or work with a company that says that they're going to have late payments removed. What you can do is just realize that time does heal all wounds when it comes to late payments. So what I mean by that is that if your credit is where it is because of utilization and because of some collections and things like that, you could pay that stuff down and get your credit score up 100 points in 3 weeks. But if you've got a bunch of late payments, then time is going to be your friend in that situation. All right? So I hope that you found this valuable. These are the 5 do's and don'ts that I talk about a lot, that people ask questions all the time. So I hope you found value in this. Again, I'm on a mission to help 100 families buy a home this year. I would love for you to be one of them, or maybe somebody that you know, a friend, a family, coworker, or someone that you know who's interested in purchasing a home. And not only that, maybe you're watching this and you already own a home, or you've owned a home and you want to buy another home. That is cool as well. So if you need anything, let me know. I'm going to put the link to schedule a call with me in the description, where you can get right on my schedule and we can set up a call and we can talk about all things credit, buying a home. If you found value in this video, please consider subscribing. That would be great. It helps the YouTube algorithm so more people see it. Bye for now. I wish you well. Talk to you soon. See ya.